Alright guys, I know it's been a while since I've had a new video, but today I'm bringing a review and overall discussion of Captain America Civil War. I just got back from the movie theater about an hour ago and I'm ready to talk about this thing. Keep in mind that this is a review and we're going to discuss basically what happened in the movie and what's going to happen next. What is it setting up? What can we expect? So there are going to be spoilers. I'm not holding back. There's going to be plenty of spoiler-free reviews out there, but I feel like everyone in the world's already seen this movie, and they really have. So let's just go ahead and talk about it right now. So if you have not seen the movie already, do me a favor. I want you to subscribe to the channel, hit the watch later button, or do something to come back to this later. You're gonna go watch the movie, then come back. Unless you don't care, then just let's keep going. Captain America Civil War was fantastic. I really like it. I'm gonna go ahead and say now, because it's impossible, just because it is impossible, I have to compare it to Batman v Superman. It's just inevitable, but I'm not gonna make this entire video dedicated to that. So it's gonna happen. For the record, though, I gave Batman v Superman a 7.5 out of 10. If you want to, you can watch that video right here. And again, I'm not a basher on Batman v Superman. I'm totally a Marvel guy, as you can see from Marvel Girl back there. But I'm not bashing on Batman v Superman. It was an okay movie. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving Captain America Civil War a 9.0 out of 10. I thought it was a great movie. I think it is probably the best Captain America movie and the best Marvel movie for some time. Maybe since Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe a little better than Guardians of the Galaxy. It's actually a movie. It's like a actual movie where Batman v Superman, I don't feel, was a great movie in all of its parts and what you would define as a movie, not just some form of entertainment or some way of comical, but the way it's constructed, the Captain America, from beginning, middle, and end. It has drama, it has action, it has comedy, it has suspense, it keeps you guessing. I can even happily say to you right now that despite all of the trailers for Captain America and everything that we've already gone into it knowing, there was still plenty of surprises that I wasn't seeing coming, and I was pleasantly surprised in having. Spider-Man was fantastic. Black Panther was amazing. If you're a fan of, or just eagerly anticipating both characters' emergence in the MCU, you will not be disappointed with either one of them. And even Ant-Man was great. It was actually more Ant-Man than I thought there was going to be. And I even knew this going into it just because the internet just made it impossible to not know that Ant-Man would go from being Ant-Man to being Giant Man. And that was a really cool sequence. The entire airport sequence was a great sequence, way better than I even anticipated it to be. And another unsung hero that probably will be overlooked now that the movie's out and Spider-Man hype is Vision. Vision was awesome in this movie, man. There was a lot of talk about from the trailers, seeing Vision in human clothes and just sitting there with his legs crossed, all civilized. He was so cool in this movie. Paul Bettany is just a great Vision, and every time you see him, every time you see all of the makeup and all of the circle lenses, and you're just like mesmerized by how great of a job the whole visual effects team for Marvel Studios did in making him come to life and making him an actual character that is way better than anything that, visually speaking, has been put to film for any comic book franchise. That's Marvel, that's DC. Like, visually, Vision is a great looking character, and Paul Bettany just kills it. I just love every time I see him on screen. So as far as the movie itself goes, again, I'm giving it a 9. It's totally worth seeing. Now, but here's the thing, it's not perfect, and I could go through all the nitpicky things. I'm going to try to do some of that now, but I know that this movie is not for everyone. Um, I saw almost everyone retweeted all of these outlets. It's a great movie, best Marvel, all that stuff. But I did see one person say it was okay. And, I totally understand their point of view because I'm watching this movie and I'm thrilled. It's pleasing me all over the place. I love Captain America. I love Spider-Man, and I love Black Panther. I love Black Panther. But if I did not know anything about any of these movies prior to this, if I wasn't a huge fan of everything going on, I might walk away from this and say it was an okay movie. I might walk away with that. I can see that perspective. I know if you didn't see, and this will be like one of the few Captain America or few Marvel movies that I would say this about, that you do need to see prior movies before you go see this one because it has so much significance um, as far as the story goes and understanding what's going on. You do need to watch Winter Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier first. You do need to watch Avengers Age of Ultron first. And if you skipped either of those two movies, do not go see this movie. Go see those other ones first and see if you like it. The Russo brothers directed Captain America Winter Soldier, so they also directed Captain America Civil War. And this movie is very similar as far as the structure, obviously the direction, visually, and so on. They did make improvements visually, but the whole feel of the entire movie is exactly the same of Winter Soldier. So if you loved Winter Soldier and that was your favorite Marvel movie, this one's probably going to replace it because again, visually it looks better, but it's still in the same style. Storytelling is the same kind of storytelling. Obviously, it's a new story, but it's just building upon. It's a sequel. It's building upon Winter Soldier. So if you love that movie, you will love this one. If you did not like Winter Soldier, you might be indifferent on this one. You might not like it, or you might not think it's amazing. Um, if you're a DC fanboy and or just a fan and you're not into Marvel and you want to know, okay, should I go see this one? I can't convince you. I can't say that this is a must see or this will be the movie that will make you a Marvel fanboy. I can't say that about this one. And that's why I give it a 9. It's totally entertaining. It is funny. They got plenty of jokes in there. They got plenty of action. They got plenty of suspense. And again, one thing with Black Panther is that he really did, I wouldn't say steal the show. It does nothing but make you get hyped for the new Black Panther movie, which is coming in less than a year from now. I believe it's coming out in February of next year, and I'm very excited for that. We're not getting another Marvel movie until November, and that's Doctor Strange, which is more than likely not going to have anything to do with this movie. I can't convince anyone that's on the fence on Marvel in general that this is the movie for them. I might steer them in the direction of Deadpool or Guardians of the Galaxy before I would say you need to watch this movie because again, there's so much more to just watching this movie and saying it's great. You have to get built into it first. And that is the criticism with all of DC, really, is that when you're talking about Batman v Superman, they had one movie prior to that to introduce their universe. What they did in Batman v Superman is rush it. In comparison to Marvel, Marvel had Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, then Avengers. They actually had 2 Iron Man movies, and then Avengers, and so on. They built into that, and they're able to steamroll all of those movies, all of that story, and have a movie like Captain America Civil War, where it's a Captain America movie, but it has so many Avengers into it that you don't wonder why there's so many Avengers. I do feel that it is more of an Avengers type movie because they're there, but it's still totally from the perspective of Tony Stark. This is kind of even an Iron Man-ish movie, but it's a Tony Stark and Steve Rogers movie. and they just so happened to be Captain America and Iron Man. This was really a story of them two and their conflict with each other and their story development, with a little bit of Spider-Man, a little bit of Black Panther, and a little bit of Winter Soldier to mix it up in there. And let's have fun with Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye and Vision. That's pretty much it. So what's going to happen now? We end this movie knowing several things. Vision shot War Machine, and he's crippled now. He nearly died. He's almost nearly paralyzed. He's recovering. Will he come back? Will he be full strength? Will we have War Machine? Don't really know. No one died, which was what the rumor was. There were no deaths among the Avengers team, so we can be rest assured that we don't lose anybody here, though we do have a sideline War Machine temporarily, and Hawkeye was in retirement in the movie. He might go back into retirement once he gets out of jail, which Captain America breaks him out of jail at the end of the movie, which again, that's Scarlet Witch, Falcon, Ant-Man, and Hawkeye in jail, and they were broken out. So we'll see what happens with them next. The next movie, again, Doctor Strange, is not going to be anything with them. So right now, Winter Soldier is under cryo sleep, or whatever you want to call it. He's been put under, put on ice, and he's staying in Wakanda. Right now, the Wakandans, very few actually know that he's there. And the world doesn't really know that he's there. He's under T'Challa's safekeeping. So what is Black Panther the movie gonna be about? It could be about people finding out that Winter Soldier's there and someone's trying to break him out and take advantage of him and use that book and do whatever. It could be completely not about him at all, but you can't expect Ulysses Claw to be involved. You can expect that a man-ape would be in the movie. I just spit. I expect at least Ulysses Claw and Man-Ape to be involved, because those are two big-time Black Panther villains, and they, especially Man-Ape. But to what extent? We've already seen that Wakanda has grown and is now outside and influencing the rest of the world. They aren't just the isolated country anymore. So with T'Challa, how much are we going to be able to see him interact? Are we going to get other Avengers? Or is it just going to be focused on Wakanda and the Black Panther and what he does? I'm really interested in seeing this movie, so I can't wait for that to come out. Spider-Man, now that is going to be an interesting movie. So we already know the title is going to be Spider-Man Homecoming, and that's a play on a lot of different things, but he's still in high school, so I would assume that the movie is going to be revolved around homecoming weekend or something like that for him being in high school, but also some other homecoming. What could that possibly be? It's hard to say right now. Obviously they haven't cast a whole lot of things for that movie, and there's not a lot of buzz, but we are going to get Spider-Man pretty soon. I'm very excited for that. If you haven't seen the movie yet, Captain America, there are 2 after credit sequences, so make sure you stay and watch them both. I won't say what those are, but one is setting up Spider-Man and the other is setting up Black Panther. So we got that going. So going back to the movie itself, it works. It works really well. It's a really well told story. It's a very, very good movie. I wouldn't be surprised though if there weren't people that walked away and just said it was only okay. Because maybe you are more drawn to DC. I understand that fandom, that people are more interested in that. Or I understand that there are some people that are more interested in what DC is versus Marvel, and this will always be something that I notice, and it has been said 1,000 times, and I'm going to say it again. DC fans will always point out and say, if Justice League and Avengers fought Justice League will win because they're more powerful and those characters are, they would totally beat the Avengers and so on. And DC's better because they got more power, and that is, if that's appealing to you, then that's fine because that's just what you like, and it's totally correct. DC has way more powerful characters than Marvel. There's very few Marvel characters that can stand up to the most powerful characters in DC. In general, the Justice League would totally whoop the Avengers' ass. It's just basically Superman and Batman, and then you got Wonder Woman too. Of course, you don't even need anyone else outside of those three. Sorry, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk. They can only do so much to stop Superman, and Batman will figure the rest of them out. So don't get me wrong, they're more powerful, but in comparison, Marvel is more interesting, and that's why I'm a fan of them, and that's why Batman v Superman and Captain America Civil War are two way different movies, despite the fact that they are actually talking about the exact same thing. Superheroes fighting each other, and over the difference of control and who should govern them and all of that stuff. The conflicts are nearly the same. So again, I'm giving it a 9.0. As far as what's next in the Marvel Universe, again, is Doctor Strange is the movie that's next. But don't forget, before then, we're getting the Luke Cage solo series on Netflix that's starting September 30th, which will be pretty awesome. At least it's looking that way. And then Jessica Jones is coming up with her season 2. That is, I believe, going to be in November as well, probably after Doctor Strange. And we'll see where that goes. Iron Fist, they're filming it now. That'll be next year. And more than likely, the recent announcement of Punisher, that's going to be more than likely next year as well, with season 3 of Daredevil. So we will see how that goes. But as of right now, Captain America and his crew are still outlaws. The Sokovian Accords are still legit, and the UN still calls the shots. But we don't know exactly how far that's going to go. So in the comic books, a similar thing happened with the Civil War. Basically, in the comics, Iron Man won. Team Iron Man, the Shield took over everything. He became the director of Shield, and all of the heroes had to register and so on. Captain America actually forfeited, and he would subsequently be killed by Crossbones, but he gave up and Iron Man won, and everyone had to register. And that was Marvel going forward for several years. Right now, that is kind of what's happening in the movies. Iron Man didn't win per se because Captain America's still at large, and he kind of got his ass whooped pretty good. But at the end of the day, the Sokovian Accords are still in place. The UN hasn't backed out of that, and Iron Man is still registered with Black Panther, with Black Widow, with Vision, and so on. And Captain America still has to wear a hat really low on his head with Falcon, and no matter what, they have to lay low. So it's going to be interesting if they do make a Captain America 4. That's really the real question, is what are they going to do with Captain America now? We've got 3 Iron Man movies, we've got 3 Thor movies, and so far 3.5 Avengers movies, if you're counting both parts of Infinity War. What's going to happen now? Are we going to get another Captain America movie? Are we going with Chris Evans at that? Are we going to get another Captain America movie and they have Bucky as Cap, or Sam Wilson as Cap, or someone else? That's a whole lot of mystery going on in that regard, and what will it be about? So we're far from that. They don't have any announcements on new Captain America movies, but that is something to kind of think about right now. They haven't made any Iron Man movies since Iron Man 3, and there's no announcement. There's no announcement on any further Thor movies. There hasn't been any Hulk movies since the first one in 2008, 2009, and so on. All we get are the Avengers. What's going to happen next for Captain America and his solo series? Are we done, or will there be more? I want there to be more because I really enjoy what the Russo brothers are doing. I can't wait for Infinity War if it's going to be this good. It's going to be really significant if they continue to, they being the Russo brothers, continue to tell a story the way that they have, but throw in the Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos. Infinity War is going to be incredibly good, but maybe not for everyone. So that wraps it up. Thank you for watching. If you have any impressions on the movie at all, just let me know in the comments. If you have anything you want to discuss or any questions, just let me know because I don't mind. I'm Ninja Chortle, and I thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, share, and do everything to support us, support me. And I will see you guys next time because I am going to write a review, hopefully, on Ratchet and Clank the movie. Came out last week. Haven't been able to see it. I should be able to watch it tonight. By tonight, I mean Friday night, and have it for you next week. So I will see you guys next time. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, share the video with whatever social media you have, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put up all types of videos as well as blog posts on our blog Blerdy.com about gaming and comic books and cosplay, movies and TVs. We have reviews, we have previews, we just discuss whatever is happening in our nerdy world. So make sure you go and check us out. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, so you can watch us play games. And we also have an Instagram account which is 100% dedicated to cosplay. So if you are a cosplayer or just a cosplay lover, make sure you follow us on Instagram. But you're here on YouTube or maybe watching us on our blog, Blerdy.com. So while you're here, make sure you start watching this video right here. Buildings crashing everywhere. And with Batman v Superman, it's so strong the case that they continue that trend, especially in the explosions part. This movie has so many freaking explosions in it, like it really needed to cut back 50% on the explosions. Seriously, they had gas explosions, electrical explosions.